So welcome back to my channel. So I'm actually preparing a new video after a long gap. So a lot of international matches are actually were in progress in 2024 and after the World Cup in 2023. I had prepared a review of many matches in World Cup 2023. So unfortunately, India lost in that final of the World Cup 2023 to Australia. So India actually played really well in the league phase and won all their matches, but they actually won all their 9 matches in the league phase and were the top of the points table with 18 points from 9 games. And along with South Africa, Australia, and New Zealand, they actually qualified for the final of last year's World Cup. And they actually played New Zealand in the semi-finals, and they actually played really well and scored 397 for 4 in 50 overs, thanks to the centuries by Virat Kohli and Shreyas Iyer, and they actually scored. Virat Kohli scored 117 and Shreyas scored 105. So, in reply to India's mammoth score of 397, New Zealand were able to score 327 only. And Daryl Mitchell scored a fighting 134, and Kane Williamson scored 69, but it was not actually enough to beat India. And so that was a very close game, not a easy victory for India, but the India were really good till that reaching the final. But unfortunately, in the final, Australia prevailed over India, and Australia won the match by 6 wickets. India were able to score only 240 in the final against Australia, and for India actually. What happened was that the ICC had recommended a pitch that is actually favorable for the batsman, but what the organizers actually and the staff did was actually bowler friendly pitch, and assuming that India will be actually batting second, but what happened was India actually batted first, so the bowlers were actually getting a benefit in that pitch, and also there were a lot of overconfidence, and there was a very great performance by India throughout the league phase, and there was not a dip in form by most players. But unfortunately, when such a thing happens, sometimes in one match the form of the players can actually dip a little bit, and that actually happened in the final. India were bowled out for 240, and Shreyas Iyer did not play very well in that final, and a good player like a one-day specialist like Shikhar Dhawan should have been an ideal replacement for Shreyas Iyer, because he has not been very consistent with his batting, and since Shikhar Dhawan is actually a pure one-day specialist, he should have been a good replacement instead of Shreyas Iyer. And also Shubman Gill actually, even though he played very well in the few earlier matches, he did not play well in the final. And Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma played well, but the unfortunate wicket of Virat Kohli actually put a brakes on India's scoring, and instead of reaching a score of at least 280 to 300 that can actually challenge a strong team like Australia, India were bowled out for 240, and Australia chased the score. Thanks to good batting by Travis Head, he was actually in excellent form in that final, and he scored 120 balls, and India and Labuschagne scored 58 not out of 110 balls, and they actually won the match just 43 overs. So that was a very heartbreak for Indian fans. So it was actually India is actually a cricket crazy nation. We have seen that fans actually used to pay even 50,000 rupees for the final in Ahmedabad, and they were actually very upset with the performance of the Indian players, and they actually because actually this is the one more point to mention here is that there is too much craziness in India in cricket. So these are all players also, they cannot be expected that they can always play very well. It's actually sports only. So in sports, any team can win or lose in a single day. So I don't think it makes sense for a country like India to have this much craziness for a sport like cricket. And the BCCI actually making crores of money in cricket, and I think the fees or the match fees that the players charge is worth more than 1 crore. So even if they lose the match, they will be getting crores of rupees, and the fans are actually paying a huge amount, more than 2,000 or 50,000 rupees in the final. So that is actually, I think, it is very not desirable for a country where in like India, where there is more than 80% of the population is actually living with an income less than 5 lakhs. So that is my point of view. If please give your opinion on this and in the comments in this video. And regarding the other matches that were actually scheduled for this year, in April, Pakistan actually hosted New Zealand, and in the T20 series, and that series was at 2-2. And in May 2024, Bangladesh actually played against Zimbabwe. Bangladesh hosted Zimbabwe in a T20 series where they actually won 4-1. So whatever matches that happened in 2024 mainly are T20 matches. We can see that after the start of the IPL in 2008 onwards, the popularity of test one-day matches and even test matches have reduced to a great extent. And because T20 is T20 is actually matches can get over in within 3 hours, and so because of one day matches, since they actually last for the full day, they actually require around 8 to 9 hours for completion. Test matches require 5 days for the getting a result. So the popularity of T20 matches is much more, and since spectators actually expect a lot of fours and sixes that can actually happen in a T20 match. But I am not I feel that there should be players, there should be more equal number of matches for both the test, ODI and T20 matches. So if it is not necessary that the same players should be playing in all these three events. So for example, if Virat Kohli or Virat Kohli is playing test and ODI, they want to miss some T20 matches, they can miss the matches. But there are a large number of teams, and we actually require more teams to participate, and we need to have equal number of matches both in test and T20 and ODI. It is not necessary that the same player should be playing all the three matches. And IPL, I don't think that IPL players who actually IPL should can even actually, like in English Premier League in football, I think IPL can actually include more players, and it can actually extend for more than 3-4 months, and so that there will be opportunity for spectators to see more matches, and the match fee and the ticket rates needs to be reduced, because BCCI is actually a government organization, and they should not be collecting. For a country like India, they should not be charging too much high fees. That is my opinion on this. So please give your opinion on whether the ticket rate should be coming down in a country like India. And the match fee of players should also be coming down, because there are we actually require more player teams, more matches between different teams, and more teams to participate in cricket. Like United States is now competing in matches against different teams like Bangladesh. We actually require more teams like Scotland, United States, Netherlands also to play matches among themselves, so that we actually get to see more matches between these teams, and so that the viewers can actually be able to see more matches, not just in T20 but in test and ODI also. So I think I also feel that the number of overs in an ODI match should be reduced to around 40 overs instead of 20 overs, and maybe they can actually increase the number of players to 12 players for an ODI match, and so that it can actually be more interesting, and it can actually get over in a much quicker time. And so also I feel that the number of matches in test, ODI and T20 should also be equal, and it is not necessary that the same players should be playing in both these three formats, and different players should be playing, and more teams should participate, so that the spectators can actually enjoy the cricket all through the year among different teams. And regarding the other matches actually happened, Ireland played Pakistan in a T20 international in May 2024, in which Pakistan won 2-1. And in May 2024, United States played a series against Bangladesh, which USA won 2-1. And England also played against Pakistan in May 2024, which England won the T20 series 2-0. And West Indies actually played South Africa in May 2024, with the West Indies won 3-0. And in July 2024, Zimbabwe played against India, and the match was won by India 4-1. So that match actually happened in Zimbabwe. And in July 2024, England actually played against West Indies in a 3-test series, which England won 3-0. And July, Ireland played against Zimbabwe in a single test series, which Ireland won 1-0. And in July 2024, Sri Lanka and India played a ODI series, with the ODI series won by Sri Lanka 2-0, and the T20 series was also won by Sri Lanka 2-1. And in August, West Indies played against South Africa in a two-test series, which South Africa won 1-0, and they also played in a T20 series, which West Indies won 3-0. So the West Indies is actually, with a large number of batters, are proving a very good side in the T20 format, and they have also won the World Cup in the T20 format also. And in August, Pakistan actually played Bangladesh in a two-test series, which Bangladesh won 2-0. That is actually a surprising result for me. In August also, England also played in Sri Lanka in a three-test series, which England won 2-1. And Scotland played Australia in a T20 series in September, which Australia won 3-0. Currently we are actually having a series between Afghanistan and New Zealand, and England is Australia are also played a series, ODI and T20 series, with ODI series won by Australia 3-2, and the T20 series tied 1-1 between England and Australia. And currently India is actually playing a test match with New Zealand, and so we are actually expecting more test and ODI matches in future. And so what I feel is that Indian team is actually playing well in the T20 format, and they are also not they are not very consistent in the test format. And the point is that Indians are actually getting good match practice in terms of more matches played in the IPL. Most of these players are actually playing the IPL, so they are actually able to play well in the T20 format, and we have able to get a good talent. Caliber of good quality players available to play in both the T20 format and ODI format. So the ODI format popularity has reduced on account of T20 after the advent of IPL. So we can actually expect that in future also we will be seeing very less low number of ODI and Test matches, and more people we will be able to see only more ODI series, T20 series between these different teams. And I will be giving a review of all the future matches involving India in future also. So if you like the content of this video, please give your valuable comments, and please give your opinion on what all points that I mentioned in this video.